Eh? What way? Got the camera around the wrong way, I'm sorry. No, I haven't. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. This is just a live broadcast to all my major fans in Japan. No, I just went to see It's Big in Japan. Big in Japan. Big in Japan. Big in Japan. That was banging. Blow. Liverpool bang to the jaw. Blow. Liverpool bang to the jaw. Blow. Liverpool bang to the jaw. Yes, it was good. It was good. I have never taken a glass for an establishment at all. Maybe from the Golden Lion. Maybe when it was football. Beaver tail. Little skulls. Yeah. Anyway, jumping here. Can't see anything out here because it's too bright. I jumped on here to say I've been banned from Facebook for 7 days for posting a personal emergency fundraiser in popcasting. Popcasting. People that did it reported it. They're such little losers. Those essays, those supporting artists that you meet around film sets, such little backbiting. What's the word? Backbiting. Backbiting people. Backbiting people around films and TV. This is something you learn. I could teach you a lot of things. Hello everybody. Hello Smiley for you too. Hello Mandy. Hello Welsh boy. Hello Sansa. Hello Hank. Hello Skittle. Hello Betty. Hello Nanny. Hello Norman. Hello Scottish. Hello Annie Cooper. Hello Clemmy. Hello Edna. Hello Leah. Hello Pure Water. Hello. Yeah, anyway, I went to see Big in Japan yesterday. It was banging. Liverpool blow to the jaw. Oh, Liverpool blow to the jaw. And I did the day on it. I did the day's work on it. Bowling in the bowling alley, see. And you can see my big fat ass blimp walk past at one point. And I had a shaved head at the point. Askell, Char, Danny, Koo, Adele, Paul Ward, Scotty, Georgia, Silver, Nick, Barbara, Boy, Scoy, Oi. I finally arrived. I've never seen so many people jumping on. I've never actually seen that many people coming up, man. Oh, made up. I had made up by that. It's normally just like one. Yeah, so cheers, people. Go and see it if you haven't, because I loved it. I really loved that film. That really made me smile and laugh a lot. That's rare. Yeah, lyrical blow to the jaw, bang, lyrical blow to the jaw, bang, lyrical blow to the jaw. Then I proceeded to get drunk at the O2 and drank lots of overproof rum. Love it. What's it called? Yeah, People Just Do Nothing. If you haven't heard of it, you should have. And if you haven't watched the series, even if you don't like that kind of thing, give it a go. Give it a go. Give it a go. Yeah, I swear that's the best cult ever. Like, yeah, love them. I was so stoked to get a day's work with them. I even met the cast and crew. And then the security guard told me not to talk to them. I am a security guard from the O2 originally. Oh, it's a blessed life, isn't it? Hopefully. It's such a blessed life. But anyway, going back to Facebook, I'm banned for 7 days because I was posting a personal fundraiser because I'm trying to get some money together because I need a good lawyer. My name is not Valerie. It's about something different. I met a plant. Worst thing ever. Worst time in it. Well, she wasn't the worst thing ever. But I met this girl at festival and yeah, it was the worst thing ever because I gave her a lift home and then in giving her a lift home, inadvertently lost my van because police coming through traffic, controlled collision, long story. And I really don't want to go to court for an industrial plant because they just want you parading around on court like a monkey. I don't really want to do that because I think it's always important in life to have transparency, and if you try to project yourself higher, and I've been doing supporting stuff for about a decade, Pokemon, TV, all over the place. You sort of get known at a really slow momentum. Hopefully I get up there, because I'm still getting universal credit. It's not like I've got any benefit from it, just other than chaos and your life in disarray and stuff. And it's madness, because I normally go to Glastonbury and you pencil yourself for pencil stuff and then it falls through, and then you go to Glastonbury anyway, and believe it or not, ironically, get crowbar put out by security, even though you show them your SIA badge and say, I've just signed up to Kingfisher, your subby contract firm, I'm supposed to be working, my mates are in there. They go, yeah, it's alright. Half of them are like sane and half of them are insane, because it was the year of Amelie Grandy, and yeah, they put my window out and chased me, lost my guitar, punched me in the face. What didn't happen that year? It was awful. I was traumatised. But every single person at Glastonbury could sing that year. It was a bit weird. Every person, or every member of the public was just like, hey! I was like, oh my God, I've got competition, look at this lot. You'd be surprised, like, I swear down, the whole nation can sing these days. Must be watching all the X Factor and stuff, and The Voice. Because it's become the farm, and on the farm, it's ever increasingly harder to get somewhere, I've noticed. Very hard to get somewhere. So it's like when you look at Big in Japan, and you can see, anyway, you get an idea for what's going on, because they just replace them all with these big clowns on the stage, basically. I wonder what Japanese people ain't got it good, man. They all live in shoe boxes. Yeah, just to sustain. And you think to yourself, in a city like that, why don't you just go out to the countryside and live by the water, or live by a beach or something? You wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't stay in a shoe box and say that was living, and scraping together and paying your rent and being under authorities and stuff. And so I've realised, as a artist personally, it's a really big important job I've got. Very important job. I didn't think it was going to be about that when I started out, but then I realised what it was about, and it was about other stuff, everybody else actually. It becomes about everybody else. Because I'm a selfless bitch. I'm not a bitch. But they were trying to demonise me, the police, at the minute. Because this plant I stayed in contact with, because she did all this psychology 101 all over me. Did like, oh, I've got mass anxiety, just lost her dad, what else, victim of a crime, so I was like, oh, that's terrible. I thought someone's had a crappier time than me, and it kind of gives you confidence to stay in contact. And I stayed in contact, and I shouldn't have done that, obviously, but you know, strongly worded email saying fuck off was all that was called for. Then if that didn't work and you couldn't be bothered because you're too anxious to touch the keyboard, or your brother was too anxious to touch the keyboard, or your mum was too anxious to touch the keyboard, then if you're going to call the police are supposed to follow things called escalation procedures, and just a letter through the post box would have done it, like a warning, you know, a warning. And if that, you know, or even if you thought a warning wasn't good enough in her particular case because she's such a vulnerable adult, then, well, what's the word? Injunctions and restraining orders. I used to be a town centre warden. My knowledge comes in handy. And, yeah, they didn't do any of that. They arrested me at Venice Airport during COVID last year, and I was terrified out of my shit. And my parents were terrified out of their shit. Pearl, you know what I mean? And it was not cool, and it was not okay. And, yeah, I got the message, 12 hours in a cell, going, what am I in a cell for? To protect a vulnerable adult or child. Like, excuse me? Don't you fucking try and slander or defamate my character, so I got to hand that into a bail station with that weird wording on it, have I? I hate the fascist pigs. I can see the industrial ugly coming at me with their dirty little cults and rings. Fuck off. Or trying to implement anything. It's a weird world, man. Very weird world out there in that circles. And I says, yeah, why wouldn't I stay in contact with her? Why would you write her a letter? Oh, because she's a human. But then, yeah, I didn't equate her with being in with them, and her being like, because she took the van details in the collision, in the little control collision. You always be switched on, because I would have thought that was just an accident, but now I look at it, I go, that wasn't an accident. She, you know, crooked billet part, you know, that's crooked part of town, maybe come through the traffic, and this banged up Toyota just touched me, and I was like, that's like a Bart Simpson, because he says I can afford a used Toyota in one of the Simpsons episodes, and I was like, I get it. So it's like con jobs on the road, and it had multiple claims waiting on it. Just touched me, and I was like, I didn't even feel it. I was like, did we? And she was like, But she took the details, because I was just like, oh no, fuck, it's the police, the police, the police, the police. And so she took the details and then proceeded to ghost me. Anyway, there's my dramas for the day, but I don't want to go to court over something so fucking retarded of me just meeting someone at a festival just because they write songs and they're into music doesn't mean they're all good eggs, does it? I was like, and I'm not talking about myself, but yeah, to get your van taken off someone like that and then to get arrested for staying in contact with her. She was probably scared because obviously she's got something to hide, innit? I didn't see it like that before. She's scared of my letters coming through the post. I said maybe she's a germaphobe, but this is insane. And yeah, anyway, so because it was so insane, after the bail date was up, I said to her brother, why didn't you just send an email? What have you just subjected me to in what the fuck have you subjected me to in bail dates for 3 months? All this madness because you couldn't send an email sort of thing. But I didn't say it, it wasn't even strongly worded. It was like, please do us all a favour in future and have a word with your sister and don't put people through that. Well, it's not but just people because they got me and they're an industry plant. Honey trap, whatever they're called. So I was like, bollocks. And then it was like, I sent her a birthday card this year because I had all this art on my TikTok. Romantic, why not? Idealist, why not? Lover, why not? Anyway, I made a little thing out of a photo. She's got such a generic face anyway. It's like you wouldn't recognise her because it's so generic sort of face. And I sort of like covered it up a little bit and put tilts and filters on it so you can't recognise her. It's not like I'm some campaign or nothing. And her name is just an industrial name anyway. It's not real. It's for a purpose. I didn't realise this sort of shit went on. It's worse than a script. It's worse than an EastEnders script. And so, yeah, I just sent a funky pigeon card with the artwork that I'd done on it. And was just like, oh, somebody loves you. Don't hate me for it. It's like lightening up the mood because London's a small place. And if you bump into someone, you just want to be alright with it, innit? I'm just a logicist because if I've got so much going for me, I don't want shit getting in the way. So I'm like, send a birthday card. Why not? So I'll talk it out here because I don't want to go to court and parade around like a monkey for these people. It's like people shouldn't have to do that anymore. The crooked, corrupt system and everything else should be coming and dying a death. Game over, bruv. Game over, gov. Game over, you little lecherous people that just want your commodity to go to prison. Want your Bronsons to go to prison, want your people to go to prison, you know, Cheffellas. So yes, share my fundraiser if you can at Laura Rickner, because I do need a good lawyer, or I might just do all the defending myself. But I don't know. I don't want to go that far. It's stupid. I spent 48 hours in a cell for a birthday card this year. I was arrested in Bournemouth on my holidays, visiting my brother, and he's picking me up on the beach. And they come out of nowhere at the same time. And I was like, have they been listening to my phone calls? What's going on? What is this? What are you arresting me for? And I was in a cell for like about fucking all night. Longer than that, thinking, oh, I must have been Woodley on the beach or something. Knowing nothing about nothing. Or they picked me up on the camera being a bit My brother said, there's a camera in front of there. And he's shouting at me, just let them arrest you, let them arrest you. I'm thinking, why should I let them fucking arrest me? I've had enough of these fuckers, man. And so they're all over me, like, And I'm like, why am I in a cell for? And they didn't tell me for about 20 hours. And then it's like, you're on the Met Police's wanted system. I went, no, I'm fucking not. I said that was last year. I said they haven't that's gross negligence, systematic abuse. You've left it on the system. There's something, what is you doing? What are you fucking doing, sort of thing. And then it was like, oh, anyway, we've got to take you back up to Bethnal Green. We can't release you after 24 hours in a cell. Can't release you, yeah. And then in the back of a paddy wagon, up a fucking motorway for 3 hours. That's reckless endangerment. I hate the way they get away with all these crimes. Like no seatbelt, whapping about a fucking metal wall, and then 24 hours in Bethnal Green. And it was like after about 10 hours, this little dick come to the thing. And last year was a dick, you know, when they're preppy dick type people, like, and it's just like, you ain't got no humanity. Why would you send a letter? Why wouldn't I, mate? Humanity, human. There's no implementation of any threat, so why are you doing this? He's like, and what phone did you have before this phone? It's like, what the fuck's that got to do with the price of fucking fish? Is it? So yeah, it's real creepy, man. And then this one comes to the window, goes, I said, what am I even in this cell for? You keep handing me literature saying, what are you in a cell for? That's my human right 101, and you're not even telling me. Do you know anything about a birthday card, she says, about 36 hours in a cell after that long? I went, what? You are joking, what? What? And then walks off and don't say a word. And that particular DC, the one dealing with it, didn't even have the courtesy to talk to my elderly mother when I was let out myself. Could you just let my mum know, because she thinks she's coming to pick me up. She's been thinking she'd been coming to pick me up for the last fucking 20 hours. Didn't have the decency to just talk. Oh, no. Yeah. I learned a lot about things in those situations, though. Like duty solicitors, they ain't jack. They're not worth listening to, because they're invested in your whatever. They don't care, because they get to represent someone in court. It's just a wage to them. It's all just systematic abuse. And to let them get away with it this far, I'm surprised like GT Stewart hasn't taken it on as a civil matter or anything. And so I'm just trying to get loads of money. I'm just trying to get loads of money really quickly. And I just put out an emergency fundraiser thing, because I've been doing art for a decade, made hardly any money, suffered a lot for it. Loads of crap's happened, and loads of shit's happened. So I'm like, I think I'm due some money. I've been performing on stages for nothing for such a long time. And I've been with supporting artist firms who actually screw up your life more, because you can't go to Glastonbury and stuff, and you think I'm going to be doing that instead of that, so you're all over the place, and it's all gets so erratic. So they do owe me something. And out of all the groups that I posted that emergency fundraiser, Popcasting were the only people that complained. Your peers or your colleagues, your supporting artist people that you sit around on sets and talk all day to, chat, while boring, because you're bored, so you talk to all these people, and so you come across loads of people. You get a bit face blind because you talk to so many people, just because you get fed and watered on sets. And I highly recommend anybody joins, like Mad Dog, Casting Collective, whatever. Yeah, but banned from Popcasting. These preppy little prats, yeah. I said it's emergency because I need funding, and I do need funding. I need a decent defence lawyer if this goes far, because it's ridiculous. And they're like, you might as well be begging out of a window at a car. This prat on Popcasting said, and got me banned for 7 days because I said, what a mardy person you are. What a mardy little prick you are. I didn't say prick, actually. I just said, I said, Mardy, blah, blah, whatever his name is. I hope I don't have the pleasure of working with you anywhere. And he was like, that was it. He was like, and then someone else said, yes, you might as well be a beggar on a street at a car. I was like, what a tosser. And then they banned me. And then the only people out of 77 groups where I posted my emergency fundraiser that banned me from Facebook for 7 days. So I can't communicate on there. So I thought I'd do a live and tell everybody go watch Big in Japan. It was so banging. Probably be good to watch Stoned, but equally as good to not watch Stoned. Bang! Lyrical blow to the jaw. Bang! Lyrical blow to the jaw. Yeah. Ben PT5. I had that. That's the most amount of views I had popping up though. Well, stoked about that. And look, yeah, let's do this, Beavertown. Let's do this together. Let's do some sacred ceremonial shit together, yeah? Ooh, take my Beavertown. Take my Beavertown. See those? Those are pine eel. Those are pine cones. Pine cones. See them? Pine cones. Pine cones, yeah? Pine cones. You can get them big ones, little ones, all sorts of ones. And the Pope has a massive one in his front garden, and he has one on his staff, because they harness the sort of, oh, that's where your pineal gland is, and it releases this hormone when you go to sleep, and when you're dreaming it releases this hormone. And I don't know what's been happening lately, but I've been having the most they're almost like having a psychologist talk to me in my sleep. Pretty fucking special stuff's going on the last 3 days. And if I can encourage you to get on that level, that would be good. Because what was I doing differently to get that, maintain that, get this kind of dreaming going? I've been listening to the Law of Attraction Space app. I've been listening to all the TikTokers talking about manifesting. I've been listening to positive. There's a guy that does, I know it sounds silly, but he does stuff through the screen. And he uses crystals and he takes headaches away. He does things, so I listen to him, get my dose of him every day. Maverick, alright Maverick, come on Maverick. I listen to him and pineal gland. And anyway, so life is a dream, right? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Life is but a dream. All my little beaver towns of all the rainbow. And I do a lot of visualization with chakras. And I do have a couple of exercises which I should show you. I will learn one on Thames Beach by a woman doing Qigong. She does a wash, breathe in positive, breathe out all the dirt and junk and negative of people, because a lot of people on earth are into self-mastery. And if you check out my Facebook wall, what's currently on there, I'm going to just leave that on there for probably forever, even though there's something that with Jesus holding an AKA saying some people can't be loved and lighted away. We all want to stand in our justification and our righteousness, right? And I say in these times they're exceptional. What with Greta, what with Decade, what with all this stuff, people need to start taking it seriously, especially people in the Met Police and people like little knobheads that are just basically ruining people's time. And they're the ones that need to take it like seriously. They do, because I ain't here for their entertainment. And they've robbed 2 of my phones. 2 of my phones. They've robbed 2 of my phones. Didn't bother giving it back to Holland. And this year, taking another one, and I was adamant that I was going to get this. I'm going to get my phone back. My mum went there and begged and said I'm an elderly lady and it's not fair to keep doing this shit. And it's not. And then they're like, and you complain to the IPPC. Let's get serious about this. And you complain to the IPPC and all these people, and they'd be like, don't respond. And then when they do respond, it's like, have you given me your PIN number? You're like, fuck off. You're missing the whole point. I'm not going to facilitate and enable systematic abuse over my sovereign entity, over a birthday card, and the fact that there's nothing to be, you've not at one point showed me any evidence of threat. Come on, man. And that's what you get from the IPPCC. So yes, of a decade ago, I want to go to my bow date. But I think we should, I had a dream last night, and there was a person was telling me to go and watch the Blitz above London, and it was like he was saying, oh, they're only bombing the old squats. I was like, oh, that's conservative logic, and that's conservative logic. But in a way, like when your life gets in so much disarray, and you take on board all the hippies and all the people and all the living free, rent free, trying to break the shackles of industry stuff, it gets chaotic. And I woke up with a big sense of relief, like, oh, because people are quite simple and they can't deal with too much at once. But I'm not saying we should bomb squats. Police stations? I'm joking. Laura Rickner on Facebook. Check it out. I better go before I incriminate myself with any of that kind of chat. But yeah, there. And that's what I've been doing differently. And the dreams have been through, like, almost like therapy somehow, which is really fucking cool. Big in Japan. Go see it. Low, blow. Lyrical bang to the jaw. Blow. Bow date. Any good lawyers? Throw them this way. On Facebook, Messenger. Laura Rickner. Thank you very much. Ooh,